Hey, if you want to participate in Free Your Feels content and help make mental health videos, you can, and this is how you get involved. Free Your Feels is a mental health awareness campaign happening all across Georgia, and it's working to destigmatize real discussions about mental health by sharing resources and encouraging young people to share their stories.
Free Your Feels is feeling what you want to feel when you want to feel it without fear of judgment or harassment.
Usually, I come up with things that either I have had in my mind for a long time or things that I see online or just maybe in person. Usually it's online though, and I want to discuss.
I let the power of personal anecdotes really drive the content I would produce because I felt as if people could connect more with personal stories and it was more heartfelt.
For example, if it's around August, I usually do some content related to back to school and how to release stress. So it's really based on what time of month it is and what are the issues going on currently that need to be talked about from a teen's perspective and how that relates to other teens in the state.
So my most common use for outside sources is to discover specific coping mechanisms and how they help physically and, more important, how they help mentally. Because I want to provide, accurate information, especially in areas where I don't know a lot about them.
I get other people to participate by doing fun promotion. Sometimes I'll send group messages or directly reach out to specific people I think will be interested. Additionally, having a routine schedule when you publish your content so people know when it's going to come so it makes people more engaged in looking for more. Another way I get people to participate is including them in the process of creating content. A lot of mental health PSAs for Free Your Feels have been a team effort, and having someone write the script, edit, be on camera, etc. Making sure that people have different roles that they can take always help people stay more engaged, and letting people know that the opportunity is there for them to participate.
If I'm informing someone about a certain coping mechanism, or if I'm talking about an experience, especially if I want to make a connection, I will use a video. But if it's something more like a meaningful quote, I will create a graphic instead.
And then as for what are my steps to making content, I first, of course, find what I want to make content on, like the topic, and then I make a outline of what it is that I'm going to talk about in my piece, who I'm going to talk about it to, and basically what I want it to look like.
And then I edit my videos on InShot. And then I also use another tool, www.bensounds.com, where I can get royalty-free music.
I would typically use Canva. You can use SlideSgo. That's what I would use a lot of times to make presentations.
Always be non-judgmental. You don't know what background someone has. Being mindful of my language, using inclusive language when talking about situations. Another thing is keeping in mind people who don't have the same access to the content. Like, for instance, if I have a video PSA, I'll try to provide subtitles or an additional written piece. That way anyone who might not be able to receive that content in a video format can receive it in a different way. Making it, of course, entertaining, engaging, keeping people interested.
Make personal connections. Take notes. Know what you want to talk about. Because if you don't know what you're going to talk about, the audience will notice and they will be disengaged. In my personal opinion, I like creating content that I feel like I would like to see as a teenager. So do make something that you feel others would like to see. Put thought and meaning into it.
Don't be unaware of who is left out of the conversation. Mental health stigma has impacted different communities in so many different ways, so a lot of experiences and a lot of voices go unheard. A lot of people don't even speak about mental health, so it's important to be aware of whose experiences and whose voices are not being part of the conversation. Another thing is, don't expect certain knowledge to be universally known. So when you're creating your content, make sure that you're creating it in a way that when it's presented, people will be able to understand it and comprehend it. Another thing is, don't put too many biases in your content. So make sure that you keep an open mind, you're free of judgment, and just overall be inclusive. Finally, be sure to follow along with the campaign by following @FreeYourFeels on Instagram or visiting www.freeyourfeels.org. Let's free our feels together.